So we're making sense of vaping, what it might do for people, whether it's a nice improvement on other giving up smoking propositions or whether it protracts the addiction. And Wanganui Council seem to be of the view that it might, and partly for that reason and partly because I think they just don't want smoke in smoke-free places, they have banned it. Dr. Marewa Glover is Associate Professor in the School of Public Health at Massey University. As she says, the council is ignorant and don't know what they're doing. We thought we would talk to her to get an expert opinion on this. Good morning, Dr. Marewa Glover. How are you?
Good, I'm good.
Have I got that right? Do you think they're being, they don't know what they're doing?
They don't know what they're doing. They're being lobbied by public health people, health promotion workers and lobbyists,
Right.
and they're being fed a load of gobbledygook.
What are they being fed? What's the argument that they're swallowing?
Oh, all these fears which are actually unfounded, and as the research mounts, it just proves, look, there's nothing to it. So fears about this will cause children to take up smoking, and it will. Everyone will think smoking's normal again and okay. So, but vaping isn't smoking.
Mm-hmm.
And what really encourages other people to take up smoking is other people smoking. What we really need to do is help people switch from smoking to vaping, which is 95% safer. And there's no harm to other people, even if people vape inside.
We had a caller just before who gave us the example of her partner's workmates. 7 of them all decided to give up smoking at New Year, so they've all gone to vaping at the same point. That sounds like maybe quite a useful tool for a group, sort of a support group treatment of getting yourself off tobacco.
Oh, it is. It is.
Does this happen much?
Yeah, well, not a lot. I'm mainly in Auckland, and there's a Vape to Save group, and that's exactly what they do.
Yeah.
They help people switch over to vaping, and boy, do they save a lot of money. That's why it's called Vape to Save. But no, it's an excellent transition to make, and it's much, much healthier. And what's really ignorant about this ban of Whanganui Council, and they're following Wellington City Council, is that, vaping, even inside, is not harmful to other people. So the Public Health England Department of Health have just said this, that vaping should not be included in your workplace smoking bans. That means even inside, what we want to do is encourage and support people to switch over, not send this false message that vaping is as dangerous as smoking, so we should ban it everywhere.
Oh, is this too recent for us to be sure about the efficacy of it, in terms of long-term studies to see how successful the giving up of the addiction to nicotine can be?
Well, New Zealand's been sitting at about 15% smoking prevalence, and the UK have just rapidly dropped their smoking prevalence to the same as ours, and that is because they are supportive of people switching to vaping. So millions of people have switched over from smoking to vaping in the UK, and their smoking rates are down as low as ours, whereas ours is just stagnant, stopped.
What's the public support position in the UK on vaping? Is there assistance to encourage people?
It's very good.
Yeah?
Yes, it's very good. Some of the stop smoking services there, they advertise, we will help you, we'll provide you with information. They run vape meets, like they'll meet at a pub and they'll come along and find out about it, try it. Very, very good. And that's what we need to do here is understand this is a harm reduction approach. This is harm reduced, much, much safer. Let's get people off smoking and over to vaping as quickly as possible. And Associate Minister Nikki Wagner pretty much said that New Zealand's going to change the law. Councils that go ahead and ban vaping wherever smoking is banned, don't they know what's happening? They know the law's going to be changed. And Nikki Wagner even said it will probably be banned wherever smoking is banned, under the law, not what council's doing. They're going beyond the law. This is ridiculous.
What does that mean? That New Zealand public health thinking is out of the anti-smoking lobby is out of step with other parts of the world, or is there a sort of a division across the world in this field?
There is a division, but the UK and probably New Zealand, when we change the law and when we educate people a little bit more, you can see there's still a lot of ignorance around about vaping. But when the law changes and running up to that, New Zealand will be, alongside UK, one of the most advanced nations in terms of promoting and supporting people to switch to harm-reduced alternatives. Except for Sweden, their smoking prevalence is only 5%.
Wow.
But that's because they allow Swedish snus, which is like a powdered...
that stuff, right, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little tea bag of powdered, and it's had some of the cancer-causing substances taken out. So they're sort of sitting alone on their own, but they are a forerunner in using a harm reduction approach to smoking tobacco. The UK are now going to do that as well, and so are we, and that will put us, leading the world alongside UK.
Really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I hope we're heading to zero.
I think that's kind of a prohibitionist approach and kind of not realistic. But, certainly for people who want to stop smoking, we should be supporting them to use harm-reduced alternatives and what works for them. And vaping is definitely on the table now, and most people can access electronic cigarettes, and even the nicotine is easier to get now.
That's terrific. Thanks, Dr. Marewa Glover, is Associate Professor in the School of Public Health at Massey University. Cheers.